Hey everyone, so with Pokeit we track a whole lot of information about your poker playing. And we do that because we can create some really cool ways of interpreting that data, but sometimes that can be a little intimidating to wade through and find just the information you're interested in right now out of all the stuff that's inside of Pokeit. So one really effective way to sort through your information is with filters. And we've built a pretty robust system for filtering your information into Pokeit. Hopefully this video can help you understand how to best use filters on your visualizations in Pokeit. And so let's jump into a couple examples perhaps. I'm going to click Add a Visualization, and let's start out by loading two. I'm going to load Hand Browser first, which is a stream of every hand I've played, just unfiltered. And let's also load another one, maybe the Hands Graph here. Which is the same information but just in line chart form rather than a stream of like table rows. Alright, great. So let's hop back to Hand Browser first. And let's say that I am playing against someone and I want to see just the hands I've played against them. So obviously we would want to make a filter on that player. And we can do that by clicking this little funnel icon up here for filtering, and we get this nice pop-up here that shows you a few things. It's both what filters you currently have applied as well as some recommended ones that you might want to get started with, as well as a way to search for any filter you want out of the hundreds that we have. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one, and now I can start typing in a name. Now the person I have in mind is named Pokeit McGee, and when I click Update Data down here, we'll see that it goes down to 1,500 hands, which are the ones that I've played against this person from a while ago. What's more, we can see that I've got one filter applied right now with that little red 1 up there. And when I click on that pop-up again, I'll see that this filter is listed here. Player name versus equals Pokeit McGee. So you might notice that this is in a section called Filter Workspace, and that's also listed over here on the side where that filter was added. Filter Workspace is a really cool concept. When you add a brand new filter, it'll get included inside of the workspace. And this workspace is shared across all of your different open visualizations. So if I hop back to Hands Graph now, it's going to also show just hands from when I played against Pokeit McGee. And you can see that the player name is listed here under Filter Workspace as well. So if I had other visualizations open too, they would also be just data I accumulated while I was playing against Pokeit McGee. So that's pretty cool. Why don't we go ahead and add a second filter? I'm going to search for one up here that I have in mind. It's Saw Showdown. So I'm going to type in Showdown and find the field that I want, Saw Showdown or SD, and click Add. So this one is, instead of a field that you type into, it's just a flip switch between true and false. So I'm going to say Saw Showdown True. And now this will be just the hands where Pokeit was playing, and myself of course, and I saw the showdown. And now the graph has really changed to reflect that, and if we hop back over to the hand browser, we'll see that it's just hands where I went to showdown that are listed now. So that's all great, and it's really easy to clear out any filters that you have on your global workspace just by clicking this button here, Clear Filter Workspace. And we should be back at the original hand browser now of all my hands. So with this filter workspace concept, you can be a little impulsive or even like exploratory in trying out lots of filters all the time, seeing which ones help you interpret your data more. And once you've gotten something out of that filter, you can just take it right back off, add a different one, kind of move in and out of your data in that way, and across lots of different visualizations at the same time. So when a filter goes into the workspace, like I mentioned, it's a little bit temporary in that sense, but also global. I'm going to add one more to this hands graph. Let's say just no limit hands. So I will add no limit, I'll uncheck limit and click update. So again, graph is really different, but let's say I want to make this hands graph always show no limit. In other words, make what that filter on the workspace be more of a permanent filter in that way. All I have to do is click the Save button next to the Filter Workspace. So we get this pop-up, and it will be taking everything in your filter workspace. In this case, it's just one filter, but it could be several, and kind of bundling them into this new name right here. So I'm going to call this one No Limit Forever. I can fill out a description if I want. I can add some tags if I want. I'm going to skip over that for this video. So this last choice is asking, do I just want to create this new filter, or do I want to both create it and then also save this visualization I'm looking at to always have this new saved filter applied? So I think for now I'm just going to do just save this filter. And now it's been moved out of the workspace and up into this more permanent filter list up here. Here's my No Limit Forever, and I can see what goes into that one by clicking on the expand button there. From here I can modify it, I can save it again, and such. You'll notice if I go back to Hand Browser, at this point, since the No Limit Forever filter I just made isn't part of the Filter Workspace, it's not this global thing anymore, and therefore not added to Hand Browser. Now, I can always add it manually myself if I want by looking for it. Where is it? Yep, so No Limit Forever, add as a filter. And so now that one's added here too. And if I wanted to make that permanent for Hand Browser, I would just click here and save it. But I don't really want to mess with Hand Browser right now. So it's an important thing to understand the difference between the Filter Workspace, which is both global across all of your open visualizations, but a little more temporary, and then the other half, which is these permanent filters that you kind of add and save onto your visualizations. I think there can be a time and a place for each of them, and through a little bit of practice and trying out some things and seeing what works best for you, you will start to build a sense of which way you want to go about building a filter. And as a final note, we have a little feature down here in this icon called Asset Manager. This is a way to look at all of the filters that you've saved already. So the new one I made, No Limit Forever, is right here, along with other ones that we've made or are built into the defaults for Pokeit. And you can kind of have a high-level management session of your filters from the Asset Manager. Definitely give all of this filter stuff a try, and if there's anything you can't figure out, don't hesitate to get in touch with us and we can help point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching.